we get started. So here we go with my usual warm-up. I'll do a bit of jumping around, a bit of stretching, a bit of press-ups, a bit of abdominals. Anything helps to get your heart beating a bit faster, your blood pumping. I'm running on the spot. I'll go back and forth with my feet. Open and close. And crossing the legs, each time in a different position. And now single jump crossing. Now keep jumping on the spot, roll your shoulders. I do this little warm up, it's always the same more or less. I don't do a lot of change of program, simply I like to make it simple, easy to remember. I don't have to think about techniques. If you want to alternate these techniques or make them different in a different order, is absolutely fine. For me, I get first to stretch, I get first to warm up a bit, 2, 3, 5 minutes, then I stretch. For me it's fundamental to stretch a lot because I like to do techniques that require a lot of flexibility and I don't want to hurt myself. So I stretch and relax the muscles, do a bit of power work, a bit of press-ups, a bit of abdominals. In a normal lesson when I'm training and teaching, we do about half an hour this warm-up. Usually in these live workouts I do about 20 minutes, but you can do 45 minutes if you like. You can do an hour and do nothing else. There's no set rule. So here we go. Squeeze your hands. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Nice. Fully extended fingers, fully squashed. Don't just go like this. Some people do it like this, is rubbish. Okay, hands up. Same exercise. Keep running on the spot. And this. And this. And backward. And relax. Little punches. Bam, bang, 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 bam, 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 bam. All these exercises can be done. Ideally, when you train, you should be in a place where you have a mirror. This TV, this off TV, is useful for me to see what I'm doing. Okay, good. Stretch, relax your shoulders, your neck. Nice and easy. Okay, hips, turn hips around. Nice. Relax, turn around. Left and right. And now from this position, we're going down this way and stretch. And the other side, same thing. The other side with a hand up. The other side with the hand up. You turn your feet, stretch. Here, the key point here is try to relax these muscles. This allows me to kick high with my feet in front of me. This allows high front kicks, high axe kicks, high internal, external crescent. Good. And relax. Bend your knees, relax your elbows onto the knees and down again. Bend your knees again. Down toward one leg. Same on the other side. And back in the middle. Okay, relax, shake. One knee up, turn your foot around a few times. The other direction, the other direction, the other direction. Change leg, change, change, and change. Good. Okay, so hips. Turn your hips around, open up. Same movement, left and right. Here is about the rotation of the hip. This movement is not just this, yeah? It's about the rotation of the hip. Rotation of the hip is the same that you use when you deliver punches. So the rotation of the hip is one of the key fundamental movements that most martial arts use to express, to generate lots of power with very little movement. If you know what you're doing, by rotating fast your hips, you can rotate fast the shoulders, you can bring a lot of power into any technique. In judo, in jiu-jitsu, in aikido, this movement allows you to shake an opponent, pull them on the floor. If you don't know how to use the power from your hips and your core, you're essentially wasting a lot of opportunity to exploit a lot of power. So, from this position we are opening up. I suggest always to keep your torso straight, bend your knee, head up. Don't just slide down like this. Okay, you can do it this way, but the benefits of the exercise in this position, apart from the stretching here, is to tense your muscles in your back. It makes it nice, okay? Down, we bend the knee, keep the torso up again, and change again. Bend, straight up, and change. This is a variation of the yoga position of the warrior. The warrior can be done this way, can be done this way, can be done this way. There are variations of the warrior with various rotation of the hips and the shoulder and the torso. They're all good. I mean, if you know anything about yoga or Pilates, some of the movements are similar. You can perhaps do it better than I can show you here. But it's all about getting all the muscles warmed up, stretch, turn, so that no movement will go and use a muscle that is totally lethargic, totally relaxed, totally unused, totally not warmed up. So it's important to get all the muscles moving. From this position we're going to stretch. I'm bringing the elbows down with the aim of touching the elbows on the floor. If I can do that, is great. If you cannot, just hang. Same exercise. The point is stretching here, stretching the glutes, stretching the back of the legs. Now we go toward one leg and grab it. And turn. Again. And again. Now, we're going to stretch. I turn sideways so you can see me. The idea here is to stretch here, these muscles here. So from here, it's good to shift your weight forward and lift the heels off a bit. And back, forward, back, forward, and back. Now shift the weight forward and arch the back this way. When you are in this position, you should feel a lot of stretching in the front part of your hips, here, these muscles here. And once we've done it for both hands together, we turn with one hand, we turn the position of the legs, the feet go sideways, and I'm pointing this hip downward. It's not this, people, it's this. Stretch here. and then change. And down. Okay, so today I'm going to do an extra few stretches which I haven't done in the previous sessions. There are hundreds of possibilities to stretch legs and torso and hips and stuff. So one, I'm going to stretch the legs like this. So I'm sitting on one foot and I'm stretching the leg in front of me. If I can, I grab the foot. If I cannot, I grab whatever I can grab. The aim is to bring my chin to go and touch my toes. I would expect that nobody can do that. I've seen people folding themselves nicely and touching with the toes onto the legs and the laps, but it's just physically impossible with a straight leg to go and touch the chin, but that's what you aim at. And then you change leg. Same thing. Everything you do left, you should do the right, exactly in the same level, frequency, intensity. Good. And that's it really. From this position, I'm going to do another exercise in a few minutes. Let's do this stretch. So here, turn. And this. And this exercise, spread legs, flat knees, don't bend the knees, rotation of the hips forward, this way. Down to one leg, this way. The other side. And open up. And down again. Excellent. Good. So, today I'm going to do another exercise, which is this. So from this position, I'm sitting on this foot here. I'm extending the leg at the back. There are a number of exercises like this. One is this. So the idea is I'm bringing my legs, stay in this position while I'm tensing this glute, and I'm bringing my shoulders backward and arch my back. I hold the position for a few seconds and then I change leg and repeat. And relax. Good. Now, let's do another exercise which is about stretching these muscles here. Okay, so from here, one leg in front, this way, and I relax. Then I bring it back a bit, and then I turn down. So I rotate my body sideways until my leg, my thigh here, touches the floor completely. Bang. And now from this position, I stretch this way. Hold it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And change. And then now this, and down, and this, and down, and on the floor. Relax. Up and count. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Now I'm gonna stretch both muscles here at the same time, and I do this by leaning backward and stretching with the idea of touching with my elbows on the floor. And then if I feel very flexible, all the way until I touch my head on the floor. And up. Good. Now, from this position, I'm going to do some plank rotation. So from here, this way, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Little exercise. There are lots of exercises that can be done as a variation of the plank position. The plank can be done this way or can be done this way. So the right exercise is like this. You go down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. The exercise where you can hold the position while I'm moving the feet. There's lots of this exercise. Good. So open up the position again. You will notice if you watch quite a few of my sessions that I always do this exercise at least twice. For me, this is the most challenging stretching I have to do in order to feel safe to throw round kicks or hook kicks at the height, and I really feel uncomfortable if I don't. So it's very important for me to do this stretching at least a couple of times for a few minutes. Even while I'm talking, I'm stretching here, then I'm turning toward my foot. Try to go and grab it with the opposite hand. If I can touch with the opposite hand, obviously I can touch with the same hand. The idea is turn the toes, so go and grab and stretch. And then change leg. The other side, same thing. Okay, good. Now open up the position and stretch again. And relax, great. So let's do some abdominals just to get us to work. So the exercise we're going to do today is the following. So I'm going to go, this is a tricky exercise, a lot of people make it a bit wrong. So the idea is I'm looking down toward my feet and I am holding my legs up and I'm stamping them. So it's not any rotation or cyclical movement like if I'm cycling, I'm pushing a bicycle here. The idea is I'm stamping my feet along parallel to the floor in order to stamp my heel toward a potential target. I'm going to do 120 of these. If you are doing them, please count on your own, at your own speed. If you want to follow me, I'll still count for you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Whew. Good. Okay. So, I think we are ready for the lesson. Let's get started. After a couple of weeks I've been doing this now, 3 times a week, I started to get used to speak to a camera. I'm speaking to you like if I'm speaking to a class. I use the plural. I'm talking to you like if you're really watching and doing the exercises. I hope some of you at least do. That's great. Let's get started. So, last lesson, last technique I want to do today is, in terms of punches, is the the uppercut with the front hand, which we haven't described yet. And then I will start working on positions today, and I start to get a bit more complicated, a bit more increase the level of sophistication of the techniques we do, so that for those of you who follow the whole set of sessions so far, you will see a progression in what I explained and the level of complication. So let's, no further ado, let's work on the uppercut. So the uppercut with the front hand, like I described already several times. The idea is whenever I'm using the rear hand, there is power coming from the rotation of the hip. This is true for the jab, for the cross, it's true for the hook, it's true for the uppercut, which we've done on Tuesday. Now, whenever I'm using the front hand, say for the jab, the only way to get power of the jab is to work out with my feet. Like if I'm moving toward my opponent, this little movement, I can add it. The movement and the momentum I generate from this movement can be added to the extension of the hand. Therefore, this generates power. Obviously, if I step in and use my rear hand, the power is always higher, but you have 2 hands, you need to use them both. So, what shall I do? I already explained the other day what I do with the hook with the front hand. So the hook with the rear hand rotates and push power. The hook with the front hand generates power by rotating the feet and rotating the body. The same rotation, yes, it's a fairly subtle rotation you do with your body, but that generates power which can be pushed toward the arm, and that is the way I generate power for my uppercut. Okay? A lot of power needs to be practiced using pad work with focus mitts, so that you get this movement right, so the muscles, the biceps and the shoulders and the deltoids and the trapezoid are pushing up when you're punching, so you're not weak here, but the rotation of the hips and the flexing of the legs is what brings a substantial amount of power. So from this position, as I said, the rotation of my feet, I am in front, let's say I'm in front stance this way, the rotation is such that I turn and I find my front stance in the other direction. The fact is the target is here. By doing this I generate power and I push this power in. So from here, bang. Okay, so from here, bang. Yeah. As I said, whatever power I can put here, this one will be more powerful. Yes, but still, you have to use both hands. So from here, 1. I'm gonna use my weights so I get an extra bit of a workout. So from this position, yeah, I'm rotating so you can see every angle of my body while I'm doing it. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you're practicing boxing, different schools of boxing teaches this in a slightly different way. So the principles are the same, but the way you get to this technique might be slightly different. Okay, so this is the uppercut, and I will use later on some combinations that uses this. As I mentioned on Tuesday, Prince Nassim, who was a boxer very famous in the mid-90s, used to use this technique superbly by jumping himself forward and go and hit punch. In boxing this was unheard and I've never seen. So someone who would step 2 meters forward and use the uppercut to surprise the opponent, and he would just finish it with other punches. Fantastic techniques. So it's a technique you normally use at very short distance. I would have to be against my opponent this way to use this. It's not a technique I would normally use if I can reach an opponent with a kick, but still. Okay, so today I'm gonna spend a substantial amount of time explaining how to work the front stance. So the front stance, which in principle is a fairly simple stance, your feet are like this. Your weight is about 60% of the front, 40% of the rear. It's quite natural, okay? You're standing in this position, you move your foot backward. The key point to remember is if I'm looking at you there, my feet should have some space between. If I'm this way, I am aligned. If I'm aligned, I have some advantages, but I have some disadvantages, which is sideways, I'm very unstable. If somebody hits me here or here, I will stumble. So if I'm aligned toward you, I'm very good at moving forward and backward, maybe to change position and rotate. But I'm definitely not very good at using my rear hand, because from here, my rear hand is substantially behind. And also I can't use my rear leg properly. So when I'm in front stance, the front stance is great to throw most punches that boxing gives us. So the jabs, the crosses, the hooks, and the uppercut that we've seen today in the last lesson. But if I want to use kicks with the rear leg of any kind, yes, then I need to be in the front stance. So when I'm in front stance, my feet should not be pointing away from each other, like some people, they walk like this. I mean, apart from ducks, nobody should walk with the feet diverging this way, okay? The idea is, one thing I always point out to people, when you are in front stance, you should be able to pull. When you're punching, it's a very dynamic push, yeah? So if you think about when you're pushing a door or a big door, or if you need to jump start the car, are you gonna do it with your feet like this, or are you gonna do it with your feet like this? So I guess the answer is the latter. And therefore you should always have the feet pointing forward in the direction where you want to be. If my opponent turns 45 degrees, I turn, my position should always be as if my sternum is pointing at my opponent. Now, obviously I'm slightly rotated, so my sternum technically is pointing there, but the idea is whoever is in front of me, I should have this position. There should be like a triangle made by the feet in front of me, and my opponent should be in front of that triangle. So from this position, if I have to move forward, now I just did it wrong, but if I have to move forward, I would open the position, and push with the rear hand, rear foot. If I'm moving backward, it's always I'm extending the position and move back. If I move side to side, I always open the position. Yes, if I rotate, it's always the rear foot that determines the direction, and I'm pointing forward. Same for the front stance in right hand. I'm here, I'm pointing, stepping forward, stepping backward, stepping forward, stepping backward, and rotation. Yeah? Open up the position, so side to side, side to side. That's it. Okay, good. So this is the explanation for the front stance. And now we're gonna work on some techniques. Today I would like, now I haven't done a single kick yet, so I will do a few techniques just to warm up my muscles and get my kicks to the optimal temperature. Then I will start some more complicated techniques. Some of my favorite techniques are double kicks, which are quite tricky to do here, but I will try. Okay. So let's get some combinations through, just to warm up. So from this position, in cat stance, I'm going to do front kick, side stance, side kick, with a little step forward. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, and again, 1, 2. And again, 1, 2. Good. Let's go the other side. Cat stance, front kick, land, side kick. 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent. Another warm-up technique which is useful for straight legs. Let's see how it works. So from this position I'm going to do axe kick with the front leg, internal, I land in front stance, internal crescent with the rear leg, and then side kick. Boom. And again, 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. Now we go right in front and say, and repeat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Shake and relax. Shake and relax. Good, good. So, some combination of punches. Front kick with the front leg in sliding forward. Bang. I land. Cross, hook. Round kick with the rear leg. Yes. So the idea here is usually I am going toward an opponent. The opponent is fairly far away. So without stepping, stepping is a kind of a warning. If I'm stepping, my opponent tenses. While if I'm sliding, very often that allows me to surprise the opponent. So a little slide, then front kick, I land in front stance, and I do the cross hook very fast, and then follow with the round kick. Show you 5 in front of you. Okay, so from here, so that would be the speed at which you do it when you're targeting someone, when you punch someone and kick someone. Sorry, wrong technique, too enthusiastic. So that's the speed, yeah? And again. When you kick in the air, you have to be very careful because it's very easy to overshoot. Your knees, your arms, your shoulders, all the joints are putting under a lot more strain than when you have the luxury of punching and hitting something. So I'm gonna kick now with the front leg, with the right side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase it a bit. And again. And again. And last one. Good. Let's keep it this way. So, in honor of one of my idols, Bill Superfoot Wallace, who is now self-isolating wherever he is in America. I see his pictures on Facebook. I will today explain the first of a long set of double kicks which he made famous in the world. He was one of the few people using them very, very effectively. So, let's see. The first round kick we're going to do, the first double kick I'm going to do today is the round kick with the front leg, totally from side stance. So the idea is I'm kicking a round kick to the body, followed by a round kick to the face, with the same leg without touching the floor. Obviously there are ways of doing double kicks like this, yeah? So I can go bam, bam, and again. Yeah, 1, 2. That's a double kick if you want. It's 2 times the same kick. A double kick always means the same leg without touching the floor. So from here, bam, bam. Yes, so I do a medium high, 1, 2. And again, I do it slowly a couple of times, 1, 2. The very important thing when you do a double is making sure that you pull back the leg immediately after the first kick, because if you leave it out, it's dead. Then pulling back and do it again is going to be difficult. But if you throw the leg and you start pulling back while it's coming, while it's still moving forward, then it's easy to add the second one. If I do with the right, which is my strong leg for the round kick, so from here, bang, bang. Okay, yeah, boom, boom. And again, boom, boom. Alright, so I'm gonna do them sideways so you can see me doing it. So I'll do, let's say 5 per leg. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I go the other side so you can see me this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, there's a technicality here, which is about me and the way you kick. So if you assume that your round kick is the longest when you're at 90 degrees, like say when you're parallel to the wall, to the floor, the moment you're lifting the leg to go to the face, obviously you can see the leg comes backward toward you. So unless you're kicking an opponent that is shaped like this, so that the guts are further away than the face, if the opponent is straight up, it's likely that you're either too short and you kick them with the shin with your round kick, medium, or when you kick them here with a full extended leg, then this kick will not hit them. So usually, back in the days of semi-contact, we used to do sliding, and we used to do a double slide, so that we had the opportunity of going and touch the opponent's face with the second kick. So the idea with the double slide is you slide once for the first kick, and then you keep sliding and you do the second kick. So from here, boom, boom. Yeah, that's technically what you do with the foot. Technically, when you're kicking, is this. So that the other thing you can do, if you got the hips for it, is to keep the hip fairly close when you do this, and then open and rotate the foot even further. So if I rotate the foot from here, my hip rotates and moves forward. That means it allows me to reach where my opponent normally thinks I'm not going to reach them. So 1, 2, and again, yeah, 1, 2. So you can see the result. Okay, so that's the first double kick. It's a very successful kick. I like double kicks with the same leg, the same kick. So double or triple round kick, medium high, high medium, medium high, medium high, medium high, any combination of kicks. But I also like very much 2 different kicks with the same leg. Say for example, I'm going to do today is the front kick followed by round kick, which you start in cat stance and you push forward the front kick, and then as you're bringing the leg backward, you rotate the hips, yeah, bang, and then you do the round kick as soon as the position is right. So from here, 1, 2, and I'll do it with the right, yeah, 1, 2, and again, 1, 2, repeat, 1, 2. So that is another technique. So let me show you, for example, an application of this, which was useful at the time of semi-contact fighting, which we used to do. In semi-contact fighting, we were very much jumping toward each other, because it's all about scoring a point and get the reward for it. So let me see how this can be done. Let's do the double round kick followed by back fist. So from here, the idea is I'm running forward, bang bang, and then come forward toward the camera. Yes, again. So 1, 2, followed by back fist. If I do it with the other leg, yeah. 1, 2, back fist. 1, 2, back fist. Yeah. 1, 2, back fist. I need to do it in this direction because here it's too narrow, and I will smash my foot against the wall and break it possibly. Good. So I'm coming to a cool down soon. I've done very few punches today, so I will do now a little bit of shadow boxing again. I've done it already a couple of lessons, a few sessions ago. Shadow boxing is always good to get you to concentrate. The idea is to visualize an opponent or a number of opponents in front of you, punch with them, punch. If you notice, I'm keeping my hands fairly relaxed. I don't want to get too tensed up. So punch, boom, double jabs, cross, hook, front kick, jab, cross, hook, round, jab, jab, hook, 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 front kick, jab, hook, 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 cross, hook, round kick. So all these techniques are very important to relax, to get your fluidity. Be fluid in your techniques. If you're fluid and relaxed, you can relax in front of an opponent coming, you relax, move away and punch. So that's a very important thing. Another thing which is very important is being always conscious of what you can do to stop your opponent. Instead of attacking, waiting for the opponent to attack you, you can always use defensive techniques. You can use the jab and the front hook, the front kick are excellent, the side kick are excellent. And if you are in the right position, you just have to switch your position, boom, and use your front kick, just utilizing the power that the opponent puts in the attack, rather than you going and go and look for them. Okay, good. Relax, by all means. If you like this stuff, you can always watch certain sections again. I hope my explanations are clear. If you put any comment about this, I would appreciate, so I know in which direction you want me to go. Please take a picture of yourself or a little video and post it as a comment, which I always appreciate, and that allows me to see what I'm doing. If what I'm doing is right for you, I will keep doing it this way, otherwise I might change direction, it's no problem. I'm happy to keep doing this. It keeps me motivated, it gives me an accountability toward you, whoever you are, to train and to keep teaching and keep myself in shape for when this terrible virus and the pandemic will be easing off and hopefully going away for good, so we can go back and punching each other happily at the gym. So in the meantime, I wish you all a very happy Easter. There is an Easter break coming starting tomorrow from Good Friday, and then Easter is Saturday, is the Sunday, is the Monday. So there won't be any lesson on Sunday because I will be enjoying some nice food and relaxation. We will get back online on Tuesday next week, which is the 14th, and then we'll go from there and train regularly Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday online, live on Facebook until we will get back to our starter training. So thank you very much.